Now, everybody loves a compliment. Arunima, wouldn't you agree with that? Everyone loves a compliment, right? So that's often a great way of starting a conversation where you can pay a small and simple compliment. You can also follow up the compliment with a question, allowing the person to respond. Right now, the only thing that you need to be careful of is like gender equations, right? So if you're a man who's complimenting a woman or vice versa, you want to be slightly careful in terms of the kind of compliments that you give somebody, because you don't want that person to feel awkward, right, around the compliment that you give them. And especially in work and business settings, you want to be all the more careful about the nature of compliments that you're giving. You don't want to be crossing a certain boundary of decency, right, or business etiquette with people, right? So be careful about the kind of compliments that you give. But I have realized and noticed, and I've seen this happen so many times, and this is what my wife does wonderfully when she goes for when she's in a social gathering, is she'll just walk up to especially women, and just compliment them on their bag, their dress, their hair, their makeup, the way they're looking. And it's crazy how quickly she ends up striking a great conversation with them, and literally within like 15 minutes, because she paid somebody a compliment, they're like best friends, exchanging numbers, and often making friends from those situations, right? Of doing it. And again, that works even in a business setting, right? So if she goes and there's another woman that's come for the meeting, and she's genuinely wearing probably nice shoes, and you just comment saying you're wearing wonderful shoes, and they are wonderful genuinely, then that's a great conversation starter again for a person, right? But the mistake, don't make the mistake. If she's wearing terrible shoes, don't say you're wearing wonderful shoes, right? Just because you want to start a conversation. And I've known so many people that do that. And then they come across as fake, inauthentic, because the person on the other end also knows that their shoes are not great, right? So you don't want to pull that bullshit with them, right? That's not what they want to do. Be genuine in your interactions with people. If you're genuine, people can tell more often than not when somebody is bullshitting and somebody is being genuine. So you don't want to get into that category of being fake. You can make great conversation by just being authentic, by being yourself, and not being fake, right? So yeah, that's another way to start, by a compliment, as long as it's genuine. So whatever, I like the shirt. Wait, that was a great presentation. How long did it take you to put it together, right? So the compliment doesn't just need to be on an attire look. It can be on a certain work that somebody's delivered, or again, so right, something in their room for that matter. If you go into an office cabin, and the office cabin is really neat and clean and beautifully designed, yeah, say that, oh, you have a nice office. I've seen lots of people entering an office that looks terrible, but they've been trained by somebody that give a compliment to your customer, so they'll just give a compliment and it comes across as so fake. Don't do that, right? That'll backfire on you. So offer a compliment. That's again a good way to do it.